All right, good day, everybody. Exciting day. This is probably going to be the most important video for any new player to watch. If you're going to watch any videos on YouTube, this is the video to watch. Okay, so I have 81 games played, and now I have unlocked my third slot. I unlocked my third slot because I had a mech and weapon setups that I could use that would match and keep my hangar balanced with my other mechs. So right now, I just opened up my third slot. My slingshot jabs is 321 power. My Guardian is 382 power, and my Orion is 382 power. Why is that significant? Because you need to build balanced hangars. Every mech in your hangar should be similar power. That's going to keep your matchmaking fair or more fair and give you more success in the game. Now, about my hangar. Obviously, you've seen the videos already in the series. Slingshot Jabs is my favorite. It's free, it's credits, it's what you should be using mostly when you first start the game. And it's quite frankly the only mech you need most games, especially in CPC. So now, when I first made this account, a few days, 5-6 days ago, you can use a promo code. And that promo code is Blast Zone. That gives you a free Guardian mech. Okay? Now, as soon as I got that free Guardian, the game offered me 8 energy weapons to use on it. Because, see, it's a 16 energy mech, and it doesn't make sense to put only 12 energy worth of weapons on it. So the game said, hey, John, we got this great deal for you for $5 to get some disc launcher 8s. So, of course, I said, sure thing. Disc launchers are nerfed weapon, but up until 6K, they're still very usable, and they're worth investing in, especially at early SP levels. So that's $5 I spent. And then my favorite mech that I like to use under 6K SP tiers is the Orion. The Orion is a very OP mech to use, especially up until 6K, 7K. I even use my Orion at 12K sometimes. The Orion costs me $2.99. Now, what happens is, because the Orion is not available until a higher tier in Gear Hub, so it was worth it for me to spend $2 on it, $3 on it, because now I'm going to have longer time to collect blueprints for it. So you're looking at a hangar that cost me $8. Now, $8 is equivalent to a combo meal at McDonald's. So $8 is not even worth discussing. So as a new player, if you're ever going to spend money, the time to spend money is the first week or two you're playing the game, because you're going to get these really, really cheap deals. And as you play the game, you can make those mechs stronger by just playing them and collecting the blueprints. Just don't spend money on things that aren't going to be worth it to invest in. You want to get stuff that's going to be good for you up until 5-6K SP level. So I now have a hangar. I now have a very balanced hangar. And what most people you can always consider as a good, solid OP hangar. No matter who I play, no matter what map or mode, I now have a hangar that can compete at everything. So what you do is, once you open up your third slot, you've got yourself a balanced hangar. And guess what? You're going to say, John, you're not using any pilots yet. Well, I only have 81 games played. And rare pilots are not worth using, because rare pilots will increase your matchmaking and not really give you much benefit or boost. So having a balanced hanger, this is the matchmaking that you get if you build your hangers balanced and correctly. So this is the game I just played. This guy he has 915 SP. This other player he's got over 200 games, but he has 979 SP. Okay? Now, that's my matchmaking. Now, what is my SP? My SP is 1085. So, you build balanced in your hangers. You will always match. Sometimes get weaker hangers to play against. Sometimes will get stronger hangers. But you'll never be playing super high SP level players because your hanger is balanced. If you make one mech much stronger than the other two mechs in your hanger, you're going to ruin your matchmaking and make life more difficult for yourself. So, this is the number one mistake new players make because, quite frankly, you don't know any better. The game doesn't tell you how to build your hangers. They just say, oh, open up all your slots for 12,000 credits, and there's tasks in Gear Hub. Will say, oh, you have to unlock your fifth slot to complete this task for only 1,000 credits. Let me tell you something. Rushing to unlock your slots is the worst thing you can do until you can make a balanced hanger. Okay? So, this will be my hanger. These will be my mechs that I will be using probably for a while. I won't need more mechs because all I'm going to do is I'm going to upgrade my weapons. Like my disc 8s aren't even tier 4 yet. So I'll work on upgrading those to tier 4. I'll work on upgrading my jabs to tier 4. Once I have my mechs at 3-star and my weapons at 4-star, all these mechs are still going to remain balanced. The next step is to get pilots. So the next way I will increase the strength of my hanger is by introducing pilots into the hanger. Discussed that in the earlier video. So, if I get a free legendary pilot, great, but most likely, I have credit or Acorn saved up, so I'm going to get probably a Rosa first, guided, and put that on my jet. But I'm probably not going to put pilots in my hangar until I can use 3 pilots. Until I can make all my mechs still remain balanced, I'm not going to be able to put a pilot on just one mech usually because that's going to make my hanger off balance. But my slingshot is a little lower than my other 2 mechs, so probably that would be the mech I'm going to put a pilot on first. But regardless, once you start adding stars to your hanger with pilots and implants and this and that, you have to always still try to keep your hanger, all the mechs in your hanger, 382, the same power as your other mechs. Keep it balanced. Even if I had my 4th slot unlocked, it's the same thing. You've got to keep all your mechs the same power, or within, 100 of each other, similar. Otherwise, you're going to have bad matchmaking. So matchmaking is what's going to be your biggest problem in this game, and you now know how to keep it more fair. So you can see I'm very transparent. I'm going to help you out and be honest with you. So this guy is 915. I'm 1000 SP. So you see my matchmaking is fine. And what happens is this guy already unlocked 4 slots, and all he was able to do is put basically 4 weak mechs in his hangar. Doesn't make sense. But let's talk about Arachnos. I just got my free Arachnos. Probably a lot of you just got your free. As a new player, you get this derby event and you can get a free Arachnos. Okay. So the Arachnos is a 16 energy 3-star mech. The problem with Arachnos is it's okay to use, but people unlock a slot and throw their Arachnus in it without having decent 16 energy weapons to use. So until you have another mech that has good 8 energy weapons to use, you're not even going to open up your 4th slot, because then your balance is your hanger is unbalanced, and you're going to be weaker than the players you're playing against. So this is the most important video you're going to watch. That's how matchmaking works. That's the overview, and you must keep balance. You will have much better matchmaking, much more fun. And regarding money, people always say, oh, well, you're pay to win. Well, spending $8 is not pay to win. So I'm showing you here, you can spend only $8. And for the next 2 months, I can use this hanger and be totally competitive. It's not necessary to go and spend $100, or you don't need to spend all this money. So, in fact, my top match is still always going to be my slingshot jabs. So I didn't spend money on that. So hopefully this helps you, and this video is referenced whether you have if you're a new player or if you're a 10K player. This is how you build your hanger. This is how you create better matchmaking for yourself at every tier level. So this is probably the most important video you'll watch, and this is going to help you out a lot. So spending money, yeah, Orion was $2.99 and discs were $5.99. Go ahead and spend $8-10 on the game, and you can get yourself a three mech hanger that is a new player with only 80 games played, and be very competitive. And then when you have your Arachnos or good weapons to use on it, then you're going to unlock your 4th slot. But right now, I just unlocked my 3rd slot, and I have 80 games played. So you need to keep balance. Don't open up slots in your hanger until you have a mech with weapons that is equal to the strongest mech that you have in your hanger at the current time. All right, guys. I'm sure that helps you out. And again, go kick some ass. And bye-bye.